Oh no, 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 no. Hey everyone, Henriello here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch The Others, which is a horror movie from 2001 starring Nicole Kidman. I was supposed to watch this earlier, a couple of days ago, but the sun had gone down and I did not want to watch a horror movie at night because I do not do well with horror movies. Horror movies are my kryptonite. You will see later on that I'm gonna spend most of the movie either holding my headphones away from my ears or just, decreasing and increasing my volume or squinting my eyes or putting my hands in between my face and the screen. There's going to be a lot of that happening. Supernatural horror movies are just not my thing. So you might ask, why am I watching it then? Well, it's not my thing, but it doesn't mean that I hate it. The thing that I don't like about most horror movies are the jump scares. And it's also Halloween month right now. So, I don't celebrate Halloween over here, by the way, but the least I could do is watch some movies. So yeah, let's get this movie started before the sun sets. And if you'd like to see my full reaction to the movie, then you can go ahead and check out my Patreon. And since I'm doing this for Halloween month, if you'd love to see more reactions to horror or Halloween themed movies, then go ahead and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you'll be informed whenever a new reaction comes out. All right, let's go.
Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll
Yes.
begin.
Can you not start it like that?
You are.
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am. And this is Edmund Tuttle. This young lady is called Lydia.
Have you had much experience in service?
She can't talk, ma'am. The poor little mite's a mute.
As you can see, the housework has been rather neglected since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
You mean they just vanished?
They didn't even collect their wages. They just left us.
Yeah, that's weird.
And this house is not exactly an ideal home.
Why are you still staying here then?
The master, ma'am.
The master went off to war. I've had no news since the war ended. Have you all noticed what I'm doing?
Locking every door.
No door must be opened without the previous one being closed first.
Why?
Silence is something that we prize very highly in this house. You will not find a telephone, a radio, or anything else that makes a racket. We don't have electricity either. During the war, the Germans kept cutting it off, so we just learned to live without it.
What? I'm only a few minutes into the movie and I have decided I do not want to work here, I do not want to live here.
You two can start closing the curtains. All of them. Whatever you do, don't open the curtains. They're still half asleep.
What sweet little children. What are your names?
Nicholas.
Anne and Nicholas.
The children have a very serious allergy to light. They're
Oh.
photosensitive and they must never be exposed to any light much stronger than this. They would break out in sores and blisters and it would eventually be fatal.
Good heavens.
Okay, now closing the curtains and not using electricity makes so much more sense.
Are you going to leave us too? The others said they wouldn't, but they did. And then it happened.
The Others.
Quiet. Mummy went mad. Nothing happened. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Yes, it did.
Quiet. I want to see those plates empty in less than a minute. Is that clear? This letter should have been collected and delivered to the newspaper 5 days ago. It's an advertisement for servants. Since it was never published, would you mind explaining to me what you're doing here?
We, in fact, used to work here. That's why we come by, because this house means a lot to us.
You can stay.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
He ordered them to be beaten, but Justice and Pastor showed themselves willing to die for Christ. The Roman governor was filled with rage and ordered their heads to be cut off. Those children were really stupid. They said they only believed in Jesus and then they got killed for it. But I wouldn't have told the Romans that.
So you both would have lied to the point of denying Christ. Oh, you'd have saved your heads being chopped off by the Romans, that's true. In the next life, where would you have gone?
Oh, in limbo, where children go.
At the center of the earth, where it's very, very hot. They're damned. Forever.
By her logic, it's better to tell the truth, get your head chopped off, and go to heaven immediately.
Can we go and play?
You most certainly cannot. First you're going to read the lesson, then you're going to learn it by heart.
All of it?
Anne, any more protests and there'll be no playing for you at all today.
That's so strict.
Anne, come with me to the music room.
Why me?
Because I say so. Now come on. Nicholas, I want to see that lesson learned in less than an hour.
Less than an hour?
Close all the curtains. My daughter is going to cross the living room.
Man, allergy to light, that's tough. The way she's raising her children, it's a lot of red flags.
Nicholas.
What?
Nicholas?
What's the matter?
Why were you crying?
I wasn't crying, I was reading.
I didn't hear crying. Maybe my volume is turned down too low.
Why were you crying?
I wasn't crying.
I just heard you a moment ago. So I imagined it, did I?
Yep.
No, it was that boy. He said we'd have to leave the house.
Did he now? Why was he crying?
Because he doesn't like this house, but he has to live here. His father's a pianist
Oh,
and...
his father's a pianist, is he?
Yes, they must have gone upstairs. They're viewing the house.
That'll do, Anne. Now, why were you crying?
It was Victor.
So where is he now?
He went out through there.
How a boy can get in and out of this room if it's locked?
Oh god. Nope. Nope.
This house is like a ship. The light must be contained as if it were water by opening and closing the doors.
It's time to abandon ship.
Did you really see a boy? Yes, he's called Victor. Is he a ghost? Ghosts aren't like that. They go about in white sheets and carry chains. How do you know? Because I've seen them.
I don't like it. Nope. I'd be out of the house in a heartbeat.
Look. Why have you opened the curtains? It was Victor. Victor, come out from behind
No,
that curtain so my
don't.
stupid brother can see you. Leave me alone. So you don't want to see him now, eh? That's enough, Victor. Stop it. Get off that bed, both of you. This is our bed. No, it's mine. Please stop putting on that voice. Don't be stupid. Can't you say it's not me?
Split personality? No. Oh my goodness.
She was fighting at me, and I told her to be quiet.
I am fed up with you.
I didn't do anything.
How dare you?
Mummy, I won't ask forgiveness for something I didn't do.
You told your brother that there was someone else in the room.
There was.
You're lying.
I am not.
Children who don't tell the truth end up in limbo.
But I read the other day that limbo's only for children who haven't been baptized. And I have.
How long is this punishment going to go on? It's been 3 days now.
It's up to her. Incidentally, Mrs. Mills, I've had to put up with the noise of Lydia running around above my head. She's been hurtling backwards and forwards as if there were 3 of her. Now she's really gone too far.
But Lydia's outside. Things are getting scary. Things are getting scary.
And tell me who's making that noise. You tell me.
I told you there was someone in the room. And you punished me. Now I don't know what to say.
And I want the truth.
There, in that junk room.
My volume is down super low right now. I don't like this music. It's the morning though. If they can mess with you in the morning, that's really powerful. Ah!
Just what?
Where did they go?
They just came past here. Didn't you see them? They're everywhere. They say this house is theirs. And they say they're going to take the curtains down as well. This is the father, this is the mother. This is Victor. And this is the old woman. See the old woman the most?
We have to search the whole house immediately, before it gets dark.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean search the house? Move out of the house.
She really scares me. It's as if she's not looking at you, but she can see you. And she asks me things. Victor told me she's a witch.
What does she ask you?
Things.
We have to open all the curtains. I don't want any dark corners where someone could hide.
The shotgun is not going to help. And it seems to me they're not afraid of the lights at all. That means they're very, very powerful. What the heck is that face? Oh god. Please don't.
Perhaps they're ghosts who lived in this house before. Ghosts go about in white sheets and carry chains and go, ooh. I read them in books.
You shouldn't believe everything that you read in books.
That's what our mother says. She says that all this stuff about ghosts is rubbish. Then she expects us to believe everything written in the Bible.
That's what I was gonna say.
Have you mentioned any of this to your mother?
Of course not.
Do you have any idea what this might be?
It is a photograph album, ma'am.
No, but look, they're all asleep.
They're dead.
They're not asleep, ma'am. They're dead. They used to take photographs of the dead in the hopes that their souls would go on living through the portraits.
And children. How could these people be so superstitious? Everybody ends up leaving this damned island. My family left in the summer of 1940, just before the invasion.
I always felt like I never left this house.
Why did you leave?
Oh, it was on account of the tuberculosis. The whole area was evacuated.
Was that when Lydia went dumb?
It was suddenly one day, she just stopped talking.
Something must have happened to her.
Now I'm kind of afraid that among the 3 servants, Lydia is the only one who's really alive. But it seems unlikely, right?
I'm sorry I was so hard on you. When's Daddy coming home?
When the war's over. Where are you?
Oh no. The door's closing on its own. It's not supposed to close on its own. Ooh. They're not gonna find anyone.
Oh my god. I checked that room myself.
Yep.
It was empty.
Yep. Time to move out.
I think that sometimes the world of of the dead gets mixed up with the world of the living.
Lord would never allow such an aberration, the living and the dead. They will only meet at the end of eternity.
There isn't always an answer for everything.
Go to the village to my father Legrand visit. If he won't come here, then I shall go to him.
I need you to search the whole garden for gravestones.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
need to know if there was a family buried here. And if they had a little boy, Victor.
Do you think it's safe to let her go?
The fog won't let her get very far.
Oh, yes, the fog.
Speaking of which,
The gravestone is right here. Oh. Wait, is this movie supernatural horror or psychological horror? Don't tell me those are the gravestones of the children, as in her children, Anne and Nicholas. Maybe she really is mad and she's imagining everything. But how would you explain the fog? Charles, her husband?
You're here. You're here. They said there was no hope. Where have you been all this time?
Out there. Looking for my home.
Is Charles dead? Is he a ghost? I can't trust anything right now.
I want you to prepare a hot bath and some clean clothes and something to eat.
right away, ma'am.
Daddy! Daddy, did you get anyone?
Darling, we've prepared lunch for you. Are you coming down, or would you prefer the...
When's Daddy coming down?
Be patient, Anne.
He said he'd seen lots of dead men. Shh. When people die in the war, where do they go?
It depends on whether they fought on the side of the goodies or the baddies. Your father, for example, fought for England on the side of the goodies.
How do you know who the goodies and the baddies are?
That's enough questions. Eat your food. There are no intruders here.
But you said that there were.
No, I said that there are no intruders here, and I don't want to hear another word on the subject.
But you said...
That is enough. Anne, stop breathing like that. Stop breathing!
Go to your room. There's no dessert for you today.
Oh, look what an awful face you've got when you cry.
I don't care.
There are things your mother doesn't want to hear. She only believes in what she was taught. But don't worry, there are going to be some big surprises. There are going to be changes.
Who is she? Does she have good intentions or bad intentions?
Look what a pretty daughter I've got.
She looks like a ghost. Or a bride, I suppose, yeah.
All right. I'll be back shortly.
I know what's gonna happen next. It's gonna be a floating sheet that suddenly drops to nothing. Oh, I was afraid a ghost is gonna actually dance with her.
What did I tell you about sitting on the floor?
But it's clean.
It makes no difference. Why can't you ever do as you're told?
Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not her.
What have you done with my daughter?
Are you mad? I am your daughter.
You're not my daughter!
She won't stop until she kills
Come
us.
with me. Come with me.
You're wicked! You're wicked, wicked! Wicked!
Oh, I was expecting something different.
What's the matter with me? I don't know what's the matter with me.
You must get more rest.
Anne told me everything.
First, I thought there was someone else in the house. Even thought that there were ghosts.
I'm not talking about the ghosts. I'm talking about what happened that day.
She went mad like she did that day. Do you remember?
They know I'd never hurt them. I'd die first.
I just came back to say goodbye to my wife and children. I must go.
Go where?
The war is not over.
What are you talking about? Why did you have to go to that stupid war that had nothing to do with us? What were you trying to prove by going to war? Your place was here with us, living in this darkness, in this prison. I wasn't enough for you. That's why you left. You want to leave me, don't you?
Forgive me, Grace.
Oh, they took the curtains down. Did they do it? Mrs. Mills, Mr. Tuttle, Lydia, did they do it?
Oh, you're all right.
I want my daddy.
Daddy's gone.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
I love you, Mummy.
Whoa. Whoa. Who was it? Who did this? You know what's happening here. Where are they?
What?
The curtains!
Oh, Mr. Tuttle, I was just on the point of calling you. Did you know that someone has taken all the curtains?
Oh dear.
I already told you the children are photosensitive. The light will kill them.
The condition could have cleared up by itself. I mean, if you never expose them to daylight, how do you know they're not cured?
You want to frighten us. You want to get us out, me and my children. You've wanted to take over this house ever since the first day you arrived. Give me the keys. And now get out of here.
We'd better go and uncover the gravestones.
What I'm afraid of is that there will be 3 gravestones. One for Anne, one for Nicholas, one for Charles. I hope it is not so.
We're going to the woods to look for Daddy. Are you going to run away?
What are you gonna do when the sun comes up?
Wait. I want to come and look for Daddy too. What's that over there? I think they're graves. What if a ghost jumps out? Graves don't have ghosts, only skeletons.
I don't know, the tree looks very creepy. Oh, I knew it. Something like that, I knew it. Oh, those are their graves. Oh god, I'm getting so much goosebumps right now.
Nicholas, come here! Don't speak to them! Why? They're dead! What?
Oh god, my goosebumps are not going away.
Why aren't they wearing sheets and clutching chains? Who said that? I don't care what I said! Get away from them! Children!
Shotguns won't work on ghosts. Run where? They're ghosts. How do you escape ghosts?
Don't trouble yourself, man. Tuberculosis finished us off.
No, there's no point locking the door. They can walk through anything.
The door, ma'am. Please.
What do you want?
What about the others? The Victor and his parents and the old witch.
Go hide. Go.
We must all learn to live together, the living and the dead.
If you're dead, leave us in peace. Leave us in peace!
Well, at least Bertha and the rest haven't hurt anyone, I suppose.
And suppose we do leave you. Do you think they will? Who? The intruders.
Now they're in there with you and the children.
Yes.
Stop breathing like that.
Uh-oh.
Stop breathing.
Come with us, children. With us.
The old witch. Oh, what the...
The intruders have found them.
There's nothing we can do now.
Why are you afraid? Tell me what happened. What did your mother do to you? Is that how she killed you?
What?
A pillow.
Goosebumps.
Why do you remain in this house?
We're not dead.
Bro.
We're not dead. We're not dead.
Oh, whoa, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I see what's happening.
What
oh,
happened?
Man.
They made contact.
All three.
Whoa.
We can't possibly stay in this house any longer. We know the woman went mad, smothered her two children, and then shot herself.
Huh.
Think of our son.
There's nothing wrong with Victor.
Victor.
And even this lady has been possessed by her.
Huh?
We will leave tomorrow morning.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay in the house either. So the world of the living and the dead overlapped.
Then I knew. I killed my children. I got the rifle. And I pulled the trigger. And I heard your laughter in the bedroom. And I thought, oh, the Lord in His great mercy was giving me another chance. But now, it is all this pain. Where are we?
Limbo.
Young Lydia said the very same thing. And that was the last time she ever spoke. The intruders are leaving, but others will come. Sometimes we'll sense them, other times we won't.
The intruders are living people.
If we're dead, where's Limbo?
I think this is Limbo.
I don't know if there even is a limbo.
Mummy, look, he doesn't hurt anymore.
Of course it doesn't.
No one can make us leave this house.
Then how do they move on? Will they ever be able to move on?
Come along, Victor.
This movie, oh my goodness, where do I start? I thought it was a supernatural movie, and it is a supernatural movie, but it's like the opposite or the inverse, because we're not looking at what's happening to the living, we're looking at what's happening to the dead. I was gonna talk about how Grace is not exactly a good mother, the way she's teaching them, and whenever she's asked questions that she can't answer, then she will just enforce her authority and tell her children not to ask questions. It's as if she's living in a closed off world, like she's very narrow-minded. And the way she's treating her children, she loves them, but she's not exactly treating them right. Now that I know she killed her children, I think the reason she killed them is because she couldn't handle their illness anymore. Because the children can't even be exposed to sunlight. They can't even go out. They have to stay in the dark 24/7. So that stress, plus the mental strain of her husband never coming back, it probably drove her mad, and she decided to end it all. And in a moment of madness, she killed her children. and knowing what she had done, she turned the gun on herself. The plot twist at the end was something I completely did not expect at all. It wasn't even within my thoughts. I guessed a lot of things during the movie, but all my guesses were completely wrong. The plot was so out of the box, it didn't even cross my mind. I absolutely love the plot twist of this movie, and now that I know the truth, I'm sure I'll do fine if I rewatch the movie again, because all those supernatural things that happened during the movie, it was all done by living beings. And they, Grace and Nicholas, they were the supernatural. It blows my mind, really. Does it just... When the world of the dead overlaps with the world of the living, then crazy things starts to happen. Let's see some of the things that happen. Let me just go back in the movie for a bit. When the movie started, Grace woke up with a scream. I guess it's because she remembered what she did, which is killing her children and then killing herself. When she said the servants disappeared almost a week ago, they just vanished in the thin air, no notice, nothing. They didn't even collect their wages. The servants didn't vanish. Grace and her children died. When they woke up again in the world of the dead, they don't see the servants anymore. That's why to them, the servants vanished in the thin air. The first time she heard crying, it was Victor. Victor doesn't like the house, but he has to live here. I'm seeing things in a very different light now that I know the ending. Victor's father is a pianist. Okay. Oh, that is the day that Victor and his family moved into the house. It's their first day at the house, and it's the first day that Anne starts to see them. That's why Anne said they're viewing the house. And then the time when Victor opened the curtains and she told Victor to come out from behind the curtains so Nicholas can see him. But Victor was scared himself. Victor was hiding behind the curtain because there are two ghosts sleeping in his bed. It's pretty silly now that I know the truth, because Anne is telling Victor to touch Nicholas' cheek so that Nicholas will know that Victor is real. But Victor is a living person and Nicholas is the ghost. And the ghost is scared of the living person. Haha, and the junk room. She's here. Mommy, she says she's here. She's watching us. So it's probably the parents, Victor, and the old woman in the room. And they sense that Grace has entered the room. I can imagine how scared everyone was when Grace started pulling down the sheets. That's probably when they ran out of the room. That's why the door was open. I would love to watch this movie again with someone who hasn't watched the movie, because I would see it so differently the second time. And they say they're going to take the curtains down as well, because they're absolutely afraid when the curtains keep closing themselves, because Grace wants the curtain closed, but the living people want the curtains open. It turns out the woman was a witch after all, or a medium, whatever you want to call it. She can communicate with the dead, and that's why Anne has seen her the most times. And she asks me things. And that makes sense, because that's what they do when they're trying to communicate with the dead. Perhaps they are ghosts who lived in this house before. That's what Nicholas said, and he was right. But they themselves are the ghosts. They just don't know it. When Grace asked her, "Why did you leave?" Because of the tuberculosis. Oh yeah, she left all right. But she left the world of the living. The thing that happened with the piano, well, I'm pretty sure it's the husband. The Victor's father, because he's a pianist, right? So he was playing the piano, and then all of a sudden, Grace comes and shuts down the piano. That must have spooked him out. I think Charles became a wandering soul. He was just wandering around, searching for home. Grace asked him, "Where have you been all this time?" And he said he's been out there looking for his home. So he's traveled a long way as a ghost. But even at the end, somehow he had to go back to the battlefield for a war. A war that will never end. A war among the dead people. Well, then the entire mystery is solved. And it's such an interesting plot. It seemed like a normal supernatural movie, but when the truth is revealed, it's like, whoa, it's a reverse supernatural movie. This is the first time I've seen a plot like this, and it's very fresh to me. It's amazing. I love the plot, and Nicole Kidman's performance was really good. Overall, it's a great movie, and I enjoyed it. Thank you for recommending it to me for Halloween month reactions. What do you think about the movie? Were you scared? I mean, I was pretty much scared almost the whole time because I just don't mess with the supernatural. Well, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching it with me. Hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.